Hey everybody, it's Dana with Imagination Paint, and I'm so excited to be here today and that you're here and able to join us. We have had so many cool different art projects going on from our artists in this group, and I'm just so excited to be one of them. I am so grateful for all of you who have been participating in our event and who have just shown us support. It means the world to us that you show up and just like and comment and participate with us on these fun projects. And I hope that you've been having a great time. Whenever you do hop on, make sure you comment. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and what you're up to today, if you're going to be painting along with me. I've got a real pumpkin that I was lucky to find. I wasn't sure if I was going to have to go out and get an artificial one or not because it's so early in the fall season. But I lucked out and was able to get some real ones like last week or something. So I'm so happy to be able to get a real one. But you can use artificial. So if you couldn't find a real pumpkin, you could totally do this on a fake one if you wanted to. A lot of times I think you can get them from like Hobby Lobby or, you know, Michael's, or Walmart might even have some. So but yeah, if you're watching, make sure you comment, let me know that you're on. I'm so excited to get started. We're gonna have so much fun. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I know, you know, anytime that you think about painting, usually it's on, you know, like a canvas or, you know, something like that, or maybe even wood. But I wanted to do something a little bit different and kind of go outside of the box and do just a fun painting on a pumpkin, since, you know, Halloween's coming up and sometimes you like to put decorated pumpkins out on your porch. Well, this would be a really fun one to do for the upcoming Halloween season. And so I decided to do one of the Día de Muertos faces on the pumpkin, which is Day of the Dead. It's a Mexican holiday. And so that's really just, I thought it was fun, and it would be fun and colorful and a great, you know, thing to paint. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go on and get started so we can get this rolling, because it can take a little bit of time to do it depending on how detailed you want to get. But I'm going to use white first because we want to cover at least half of the pumpkin in white. If you want to cover your whole pumpkin, you're more than welcome to do that. I just did mine half because you know, that's pretty much what I'm showing is half of it. So I just decided to do half of my pumpkin in white. But that's going to be kind of how we start off. So go on and just start going over your pumpkin with your white. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got it all over when I do this. And I did take a baby wipe and I cleaned my pumpkin off first. That way I wasn't sitting there like, you know, scrubbing on top of dirt or anything like that. Especially if you got a real pumpkin. You probably wouldn't have to worry about that so much if it came, you know, like if it's artificial. But if you've got a real one, you might want to make sure it's nice and clean so you're not painting over top of a dirty surface or anything like that. So all I'm doing is just going on and covering it and get it nice and white so that it has that skeleton look to it once we start getting the skeleton's face on there. I don't know if any of you have ever watched the movie Coco or not, but that movie kind of inspired me and made me want to do this. I thought it would be so much fun. Coco is one of my favorite, like, Pixar Disney movies. If you haven't watched it, you definitely should go watch it. It is so good. My son loves it. It's really, like, it will make you cry, so make sure you've got your tissues because it will make you cry at the end. It makes me cry like every time I watch it. It's so good though. I love it. But that'll kind of give you a little bit more of an understanding of what Dia de Muertos is and what it means, you know, to the Mexican culture. and that kind of thing. It's not even about Halloween for them. Like, it's not a Halloween thing. It's about, you know, their family and remembering their loved ones that have passed on. And so it was just a really special story and tribute to the Mexican culture. But it just so happens to be celebrated on October 31st. So I thought it would be really fun to do this as a project. So let me know if you're painting along with me, or if you're going to have to go back and watch the replay and paint along with the replay. I would just love to know who's doing this with me. I'm going to go all over to the bottom with it. That way it's nice and covered. Just go all the way down with it. I love having a good stem on the pumpkin because it makes it easier to even like grab it and kind of tilt it up and move it around a little bit. So if you do get a real pumpkin, try to make sure you get one with a good stem. Alright, let's see. I'm going to bring this over here a little bit further. This would be a great kids project too. So if you've got kids or grandkids who love to paint, get them in on this. Let them get some pumpkins and decorate them. They don't even have to do, you know, one of these. They could do something totally different on them. Let them just paint whatever they want on their pumpkins. And then you have some fun, colorful pumpkins to put out for Halloween this year. They'll love it. They'll be occupied with something fun and creative. And you'll have something really cute to put on your porch. And you can take pictures of them with their pumpkins. Just going all the way down with it over here. Okay. I've got it a little bit over half covered. So that's good. And it shouldn't take too long for this to dry. The craft paint is pretty quick about drying, so it shouldn't be too long of a wait for that. Hey Karen, hey Christy. How are y'all doing today? Oh my goodness. Okay. Another thing I like to tell people, if you want to have like some little baby wipes or something on hand, if you ever make any mistakes, you can wipe your stuff off really quickly with a baby wipe. If you need to use something like that to get it off. If for any reason you wait too long, if it's dried, just go in and let it dry, because you can always paint back over top of it later. I love to tell everybody you can't really mess up with painting, so just go with it. If you make a mistake, you can always fix it, whether it's with a baby wipe or whether you paint over it. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is my black. We're going to do the eyes and the nose next. And we're going to make a little mouth on here too. So I'm trying to make sure that y'all can see okay. I'm going to, sorry, I know that was a little bumpy. I'm going to bring my camera over a little bit closer so y'all can see. I want to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing all right. So I might even try to turn this way just a tad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, let me find my little brush that I'm looking for. Hold on just a second. There's one brush in particular I'm trying to find. Here's a good brush. So I'm getting like a medium-sized brush. It's a flat brush. Oh, hey Karen, it's so good to see you. How are you? Alright, so I wanted to make sure you could see okay for the face, because this can get kind of detailed depending on what you want to do. I want to go on and give you a disclaimer. You do not have to do exactly what I'm doing. I love to tell the people in my paint parties there are no rules. Let me turn this to my face so you can see for a second. I know that's really close up. But there are no rules. Do what you like. Do your own thing. Be creative. Just have fun. That's the main thing. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just have fun with this. And if you want to do something different, if you want to do different colors, if you want to, you know, do your own design, go for it. You do not have to do the same thing that I do. So get creative. I would love to see everybody's pumpkins when they're done. Make sure you take pictures of your pumpkins. If you do a pumpkin, take pictures while you're doing it and let me see what they look like when you're done. You can even make a fun post on your page and show off your friends. Tag Imagination Paint in it. And then those who do share a fun post with their friends on their Facebook page and tag me, you'll get entered to win a free paint party ticket to my next virtual paint party. So I love to do that and tell people to, you know, share their artwork with everybody so that y'all have a chance to do another painting with me sometime soon. So we're just going to make the eyes. They don't have to be perfectly round. You could even do like a little bit of a shape to them. Make them a little bit flatter. I'm just doing this with the black. Alright, and I'm going to do, hold on, let me see. Can y'all see that alright? Let me try to move my table just a little bit so you can see better. Okay. So I've got that one. And I'm going to come right here. And do another one. I'm trying to make sure that I'm keeping them about the same size, but if you need to adjust it, you can always go back around and make them like bigger or something like that till they look pretty even. That one looks a little bit longer over there, so let me fix this one on this side. There we go. So I've done 2 eyes. Karen says she's doing great sitting outside watching the hummingbirds while she watches. Oh, that's so fun. Karen, where are you watching from? It's been raining here where we are. We're in Virginia. And it's just been really, really rainy today. So that's not really an option for us with the hummingbirds. Alright, I'm going to do a nose. And for this one, I think I want to do kind of like a heart-shaped nose. So you could do a heart nose if you wanted to. And then I'm going to take a thinner brush. Let me find one of my thin brushes over here. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to take my thin brush. There we go. So this is my thin pointy brush. I like to use this like for lettering or if you want to do little dots or anything like that. It's perfect for things like this. So thin lines, this is great for doing that. Karen is in Garland, Texas. Beautiful weather. Oh my goodness, you're so lucky. It is so rainy and cloudy here today. It's really messy. So we're going to come and just start drawing a line so we can kind of get an idea of where we want our mouth to be. Yeah, that looks so cute. Oh my goodness, it's like he's smiling. And sometimes I have to tilt my little guy up just a little bit so I can make sure that I'm getting all the little spots that I need to. There we go, just like that. So he's got a nice little smile. All right, and we're gonna let that dry for just a minute. The other thing that we can do is make little, you know, like teeth or little stitches. I also like to do a little, almost like a little arrow at the end of his mouth, just because it gives him a little bit more of a smile, kind of like dimples in a way. And then you could do these little lines. And they don't have to be even, they can be slanted, you know, make them look a little bit crooked. Just have fun with it. We'll give him a little bit of character. Just keep going around with him. Here, just like that. So he's got a little crooked smile. Now the next thing we're gonna do is, I like to do some little, you know, flowers or something like that around his eyes. Let's see, what color should we do for his around his eyes, y'all? Do you want to do like a pink or a turquoise or maybe even a lime green? Or we could even do like an orange. What color do y'all think we should do around the eyes? Put it in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to find a brush for his eyes. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do maybe the turquoise blue for his eyes. I think that'll be cute. So let's do the blue. And I'm just gonna use another small flat brush for this. That'll give me, you know, some pretty good control with it. And this is all I do. I make like little humps. Honestly, that's really all it is. It's just like little humps, like you're doing with a flower. Kind of like that. And just go around his eye. And that's all you gotta do. It's super easy. So simple. And you just keep going around until you get it all the way back from where you started. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. just like this. And just keep going around. Karen, you said you're in Texas. What is the temperature there today? Is it cold? Does it feel like fall, or y'all still having summer weather? Because we've started getting fall weather here this week. It's been like in the mid to upper 60s, I believe. And then I think in the nighttime it's been getting in like the 50s even. And then like one day I think I saw where it's supposed to get to like 30 something. It's supposed to get cold here soon. It kind of went to fall pretty quickly. Alright, now I'm going to start filling these little petals in. And you just start going all around. It's super easy, you guys. All this is shapes and like lines and dots. Anybody can do this. It's really fun. A lot of times I tell people, you know, I get so into what I'm doing and I get so focused. Sometimes I forget to talk. It's stuff like this though, when you really get into like little detailed things, it's really easy to just kind of get lost in what you're doing. I love doing stuff like this. Painting is so therapeutic to me. I think I could do it all day and I would be happy. Really, it makes me so happy painting. It's definitely been like my go-to as far as, you know, dealing with anxiety or stress. Like anytime you're having a stressful day, or you know, dealing with anxiety, or if you're feeling depressed or anything like that, something creative is like great to turn to as a source of like therapy and comfort. I really love to encourage other women and like show them how they can use art and painting to, you know, heal and find peace and stuff like that. It's just so important. And a lot of, I think especially now with like everything that's been going on, it's been really hard for a lot of people to find ways to cope with, you know, all the changes that have been being made. And this has just been really a great source of comfort for me personally. You know, I don't know what I would have done with COVID had I not had my paint stuff to turn to. So it's just been really comforting to have this to turn to throughout all of this. Let's see. Karen says the sun just came out from under the clouds. So warm right now with a nice cool breeze, maybe 80. Oh my goodness. Oh, you were so lucky. You're like living the life right now, Karen. It's cool and rainy here. Oh my goodness. I think Texas is a little bit hotter anyways though, so that's not really surprising. Y'all have a little bit more heat, I think, or humidity than we do in Virginia. But that's awesome. Personally, I'm kind of glad to see the fall weather. I've been so ready for the cool weather. Like, I love fall. That's my favorite season. So, sweater weather, if I can talk right, it is like the best. I'm so excited to see cool weather. I don't like it being uncomfortably hot or humid or anything like that. Now, when I was a kid, we used to go to my grandparents' lake house and swim in the summer. So I loved it being hot in the summertime because that always meant going to the lake. But now that we, you know, haven't been able to do that so much, I'm like kind of over the heat. I love the fall. Alright, you guys, so we've got the little flowers around the eyes. Gay says it's in the low 60s, but sunny here in Wisconsin, low of 38 tonight. Oh, wow, yeah. So, Gay, yours is kind of like what ours is here. And I don't know if it's gotten to 38 low yet. But I saw something in our forecast talking about it was supposed to get pretty chilly maybe over like the next week or so. And I think there might have been a night where it got down to 30 something. So, we're kind of in the same boat right there. You're like up north though, so you probably definitely are getting the cooler weather a little bit quicker than everyone else. That it's so funny. I love talking to people from, you know, all over the country, and like hearing about differences and stuff like that, you know, where it is here. It's crazy, like, you know, it's one way here, but it's completely different, you know, somewhere else. I love hearing about stuff like that. Okay, so we've got the flowers. Now, what I want to do before I do something else, I'm going to take my pointy brush again. And I'm going to use that because I want to do like a little spider web up here. Now that I kind of know where his eyes and stuff are with the flowers, I didn't want this to overlap with the flower part. So I'm going to take my little pointy brush right here. And I'm going to do a little line. I'm going to start right here because this is where I want it to end. And I'm just drawing it all the way up to the stem. Just like this. So we're going to do like a little spider web design with this. And again, if you don't want to do a spider web, you can do anything you want to. Have fun, be creative, do your own thing. I like the little spider web thing though, so I'm going to make kind of like a V with it. You got to be careful if you got a real pumpkin, especially you're going to have all of these little humps. You might have that with artificial ones too, but I don't know for sure. Those might be a little bit more smooth. But you just try to keep it as straight and thin as you can. And then you're going to come and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to do another little line. This being a round thing that like you are painting on, kind of is convenient as far as, you know, moving it around and getting it where you need it in the right spot. I'm sorry, y'all, if I get delayed in my speaking, it's because I'm concentrating. I forget to talk, y'all. I get so into this. It's so much fun for me. This is relaxing. I'm going to take it all the way to over here. I'm going to take this one on over to this side. Whoops, I dipped it in the blue. Hold on. Whoops. Don't want to make that blue. Let's see. Come right on over here and keep going. I got a little bit of black over there, but I can just go back over top of that. Right, so I've got that right there. It almost looks like a little crayon. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more black here on my tray. Does anybody have any favorite Halloween traditions that they have every year that you're looking forward to? I know every Halloween, we usually get together at my parents' house, and my mom loves to like make homemade soup, and we all just get together with family and friends, and then like go trick-or-treating or pass out candy to trick-or-treaters. It's so much fun. That's always one of my favorite things that I look forward to, you know, with Halloween coming up and the fall season. And it's kind of like the kick off of all the holidays too, which I always look forward to. I'm a huge Christmas fan. I love Christmas. It's probably my favorite holiday. And I love like the get-togethers with the family and the food. Oh my goodness, I love food. So Thanksgiving is also another fun thing that I look forward to every single year. When I'm doing these spider webs, you want to kind of dip them a little bit. You see how I'm not doing it in a straight line? I'm kind of like making it more like a U shape. And that helps to give it more of a, you know, a realistic look. And you don't even have to do it like where it connects in the same spot. You can even, like, for example, let me show you what I'm saying. So like you see how this one kind of meets right there? You could have like one come up here and make it kind of lopsided, honestly. So let me make sure you can see it right here. So like this one's going to come out and connect right there. You could bring this up and like let it connect in a completely different place, so it's not so symmetrical. You just keep bringing them out. Awesome. So we've got our little spider web. Might have to go back over a little bit with the white because it looks like it's trying to peel some since I've been turning it so much. So I'm just going to go back over it with the white just a little bit. Just fill in those little spots that have come off. You can just go carefully around your little lines. And that might happen if you're moving yours around a lot like I am. But you can always go back and fix it. I always tell everybody, don't freak out when you mess up. You can always fix it. You really can't make a mistake when you're painting. This is so relaxing to me. I have a paint party tonight too, so I'm really excited that I get to teach 2 paintings tonight. We're going to be doing our Moonlight Owls painting. You might can see it in the background behind my pumpkin. We're going to be doing that tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. So if any of you would love to come to that and paint with us, you're still able to go get your ticket. It's only $10. And you can invite your friends to come. It's all online on Facebook. This is the painting right here. So I'm going to be teaching that tonight at 7. If you want to come, we would love to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. And this is just like a good day because I get to paint all day long today. So I'm really excited about that. Alright, so after we let this part dry, we might play around with some colors up there. Let's start doing some little designs around like his nose and maybe his eyes. I'm going to do a pink. This one's called Carousel Pink. And I might do a little bit of like a purple right here. I'm going to go on and put some different colors on my tray so I've got them when I need them. I'm going to do a little bit of orange. A little bit of lime green. And maybe some yellow too. Hey Shelly, how are you? Shelly says, how spooktacular. Thank you. Shelly has done such an awesome job with this group. Oh my goodness. She did it last month with the fall or autumn harvest and this month with this one. So shout out to Shelly for all of your hard work and the amazing job that you've been doing. So many people have really loved coming and just watching this and having fun. Okay, let's do a little bit of pink. I'm going to do some little pink dots. And I'm using that same little tiny brush that I was using a few minutes ago with his spider web and the mouth. This is great for doing dots. I'm just going to do little dots around his nose. Just like this. Might do one more, make it look a little bit more like a heart. So we've got that, just like that. And then let's do a little bit of the purple around his eye. Alright, so I think I'm going to do like a little line of purple. Let's turn this way. Shelly says next month will be Pumpkin Palooza. Oh, that sounds so fun, Shelly. What are you going to be doing for that? Definitely tell me what's going on with that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Is it everything pumpkin or... Sometimes I like to hold my hand, you know, if I'm trying to keep a steady hand, it helps to just have it steady around your other hand. Just kind of use it to help each other prop it up. I'm just going around in a little circle. I don't know if my black and blue are completely dry yet. Just making my way around it though. Just take your time. It's not a race. You don't want to get in a hurry or, you know, make it too messy or anything like that. Just take your time with it and have fun. In any parts that might get a little bit like faded or anything like that, you can always go back over top of it and fill it in. There you go. All right, we're going to come on this side and do this eye. Shelly says, next month, it's all pumpkin crafts for the month of October. That is going to be so much fun. So you could totally do something like this next month. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh man, Shelly, you know what would be so cool is if you could find like one of those master pumpkin carvers who are like, you know, professionals basically at like pumpkin carving, and have them come and do a pumpkin carving demo. That would be really cool to watch. Like the ones who make faces and all of that crazy stuff in the pumpkins. I don't know who does that, but that would be so cool. That would be really awesome to see. Let me see if I can get this to not smear in with that black. So y'all tell me what y'all are up to this weekend. Those who are watching, tell me what y'all are going to be doing this weekend, what you've got going on. My son is about to turn 4 on Sunday. So we're really excited to do, like, celebrate his birthday this weekend. We're going to have 2 different parties, one with my side of the family and one with my husband's side of the family. So he's going to get like 2 big parties and he's excited about it. So we're looking forward to celebrating that with him. And get together with family and just having fun. He is very much into Paw Patrol right now, so that is the decided theme for his party. So I'm going to make one of his cakes, and then we're going to get another one made from somewhere too. So we're excited. Can't believe that he's going to be 4. We've got a preschooler. The time just has gone so fast. It just gets faster and faster. Alright, so we've got the eyes outlined just like that. Alright, and then I'm going to use the orange too. I'm going to use the orange to go around the outline of his eyes, because we want to make it look a little bit more defined of a flower. So I'm going to use this bright orange. Let's see. Start right over here. I'm trying to do this and make sure. Let me actually let this dry a little bit more. I don't want to mess that up. We'll come back to that in just a second. Let's take some of this green, and we're going to come down here and do some little green lines right here around his mouth. And I'm just going over the bottom part right here, and then the top part right here. Just like this. So we've got that. And then you could even do like the little sides of it if you wanted to. I'm just doing little outlines around the mouth. And it's kind of making it just pop a little bit more, really. See, it just gives it a little splash of color. Come right here like this. Do the same thing. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. So that gives him a little splash of color around his mouth. Alright, I think this blue is a little bit more dried now. I'm going to try that again. Alright, so I'm going to take the orange. Okay, I've got my orange. You might have to keep re-dipping your paintbrush. And then we're just tracing a little line around your blue petals. This is going to make them stand out just a little bit more. Come right around here on this side. And just keep bringing it on over like this. Almost done with the side, and then we'll go and do the same thing on the other one. There we go. See how that brought that out some? It just really makes the petals stand out a little bit more, and it adds a splash of color. Kathy says she loves it. Thank you, Kathy. I love all of these colors. These are like my favorite colors. I love bright colors. I just think they're so much more fun. All right, let's try right here. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out the best way for me to angle this so I don't mess anything else up. It definitely helps having this little stem to hold on to. Let's try this. Bring this on over here. This can take some practice too. Don't be hard on yourself, because a lot of people, you know, they don't paint as often as, you know, maybe somebody like me. Like, I paint all the time, so I get to practice. But it's just like anything else. Don't be hard on yourself if you're not used to doing it. Keep practicing. It takes practice. You don't, you know, do something one time. Usually, just sit down and do something the first time and it's like flawless. You have to practice with it. So be, you know, nice to yourself. Have some grace and just keep practicing and having fun, because the more you do it, the better and better you're going to get. I love being able to do this on a regular basis. I had gotten to a point where I wasn't really painting that much anymore, and when I would do it, I would notice that it would make me feel so much better. And then I've had a couple of things, you know, happen in life where, you know, it was really difficult situations, and, you know, of course, when you're going through anything hard, you're always trying to figure out how to cope with it and deal with it. And so what I've always found is that, you know, anytime I go through anything difficult in my life, having art to turn to and painting has just always helped me to feel better. And it's almost like it's helped me to release some of my feelings through my work. I can't explain it. It's just one of those God things, you know, like God, I just really feel like God puts things in you and in your heart, and, you know, different desires, and He uses those things to help you find peace and joy. And it's just, that's been what this has been for me. So any of you who are dealing with, you know, something crazy in your life right now, you know, whether it's painting or something else, I really love to encourage you to pursue those things and just try to do something with those things, because God put those things in you for a reason and on purpose, and we're meant to use our gifts, and we're meant to do things that bring us joy. So take care of yourself. Make sure you're doing something positive for yourself on a regular basis. You know, that's kind of what's been such a blessing about all of this, especially through this pandemic. This has been a way that has actually made me sit down and do this on a consistent basis, and it's helped me to keep my sanity. If I'm being honest, it's helped me keep my sanity. Like, I could not imagine having gone through this without me doing this on a regular basis like I have been. And so it's been a huge blessing. It's really changed my life. And I think a lot of times, especially if you're like a mom or a grandmother, you know, we're women, so we're nurturers. You know, we always want to take care of everybody else. And I think sometimes we get so consumed and wrapped up in taking care of everyone else that we forget to take care of ourselves. And that's just as important, because if you're not in a good space yourself, then it's really hard for us to do our very best taking care of someone else and, you know, being 100% for someone else. And so I'm all about, you know, being a servant for the Lord and doing things for others. But I also feel that you've got to make sure that you're in a good place with you first before you can really wholeheartedly serve others, just because it takes a lot out of you and you've got to keep yourself in that good place, in that healthy place. So if you're not currently doing something for yourself at least once a week, I would challenge you to figure out what that thing is that makes you happy and start scheduling it, even if it's for just 30 minutes or an hour once a week. I mean, that is going to make such a huge difference in your life. Just doing those little things, and it all starts with one baby step. So you don't have to do like all of these new things at one time. Just do one little thing for a short amount of time and just see what the difference it makes in your life just from doing it a little bit. It is huge. And if you wake up in the morning and you take some time with Jesus and just really focusing on like the positive and giving your day over to Him, everything goes so much more smoothly through your day. You're more equipped, you're more you have more strength to get through those hard times than if you know, were to try to do that without His help. And it's just made a huge difference. I'm actually, I've got a group of ladies that I actually do that with now. We're called the Spirit Painters. And so they work with me on a monthly basis. And we get to do member exclusive paint parties every month. And we have something called Inspiration Week. And so this week is actually Inspiration Week in our group. And one of my friends came in and taught on art journaling last night. Or maybe it was the night before. Yeah, it was the night before last. It was on Tuesday night. So she came in and taught on art journaling and like how that can help you have such a positive way to start the day. And it's just been so much fun. Like, everybody loves it. We're really bonding together and having a lot of fun together. It's awesome having like sisters there for support. It's been so much fun. I'm all about like spiritual growth and personal growth and having that support system in place, because I really feel like God wants us to use our gifts to help one another, as well as our situations that we've been through. I feel like, you know, He gives us situations in our lives, and they're not even always for us. It's like, one, it strengthens us and grows us, but it also helps us to learn how to rely on Him. And it also helps us, or allows us, to have the opportunity to help others who are going through the same situations. So I think through the different things that I have experienced in my life, like I really just feel led to help others who have gone through similar situations, and to just encourage and inspire other people. And, you know, when He calls you to do something, then you just do it. And it's through this how He wants me. This is like my ministry. So it's been a huge blessing. And I've just really loved meeting so many new people. And, you know, it's blessed me just as much, you know, hearing other people's stories. And, you know, the more that you start talking to people and getting to know other people, you really realize, you know, I don't know, like, I feel like I've really, sometimes you take things for granted, and so you really like almost realize how good you've got it when you talk to other people. Because somebody's always got it worse than you do, you know? So in talking to certain people, it's just really made me realize, like, oh wow, you know, I'm blessed. And so it helps you to not take things for granted so much when you get to listen to other people's stories and testimonies, and it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to work with other people and help other people. And if you feel like, you know, you could use something like that in your life right now, if you enjoy painting, if you would enjoy being creative on a more regular basis and just having that support system there, you know, let me know. There's actually a post in my unit that you can go to and get on the Spirit Painters wait list. And that'll keep you updated on any secret openings that we might have coming up. And then, of course, when the doors open back up in November, like, you would have the opportunity to join if you would like to do that with us. We would love to have you. It's just been so much fun. We've had such an awesome group of ladies to join. They've had a blast painting. It has been awesome. Okay, we are almost done, you guys. I'm going to do just one more thing. I want to do a different color around these little petals. I think I'm going to do some yellow because I don't have a lot of yellow on here. So I'm going to go here and do a little dot of yellow. I like doing dots for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just fun to me. So I'm going to do little dots and the little flower petals. And do the same thing on this side. And you could honestly do even more designs on here if you wanted to. Like, if you're just having a great time and you want to keep painting, you could totally do extra designs on here. I mean, have fun with it. This, like, how cute is that? Seriously. Would that not be the cutest thing to put on your front porch for Halloween? I think people would love it. Especially, you know, the kids who've seen Coco, they're going to come up on your porch and you're like, oh my goodness, you've got a Coco pumpkin on your porch. They're going to love it. So, have fun with it, you guys. The design options are limitless. You don't have to do everything exactly to the T like I've done. Just have fun with it. Get creative. Do more than one pumpkin. You can decorate a bunch of pumpkins like this, or you can literally paint anything on them. You could do birds. I mean, just have fun. Get creative. Do something that makes you happy, brings you joy, and just have fun. If you get your grandkids or your kids together, have a pumpkin paint party. That would be like the coolest thing that you could do as a family. How much fun would that be? And your kids will love it. So, I hope that y'all had a great time today. This was so much fun to teach. I love how it turned out. And please make sure that y'all share your pumpkins once you've got them painted. I would love to see them. Remember, if you take pictures and you share it in a fun post on your Facebook page, tag Imagine Nation Paint. And then let me know that so I can see it, and you'll get entered to win a free paint party ticket. All right, ladies, I hope y'all have a great afternoon. Enjoy your day and your weekend. Bye.